and so did the unicorn battles. I'm very excited to greet you all here, and we are very happy to see the best local startups which will pitch live today to our great expert board and the audience worldwide. We are live and broadcasting all over the world, so please share the links within your network so everyone can see you online. And now I'd like to invite the CEO of Unicorn.Events, Anna Fedorova.
Hello, everyone, and I'm really glad to be here today. Thank you, Julia. We are here for the Unicorn events, and this is the spring season. We had done a lot of events already, and now we finally are in Latin America, where there is summer always, right? If not, you will tell me not why. And our events are happening thanks to our sponsors. Platinum sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. Golden sponsor, Network VC California Seed Fund. And silver sponsor, VC House. Our event is the world's largest startup pitch contest by geography and the number of the events held already. And the winner of today's online unicorn battle in Latin America will join us for the Unicorn Cup, where we'll be the winners of the events all over the world. May 13th, that is, mark the date in your calendar and I will see you there because all the startup world and VC community will be there. And not to miss any news, any exciting startups, to hear the stories directly from our great VCs, business angels, and the startups who are already unicorns or to be unicorns. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and you will see all that with your own eyes. We have been doing our events for 12 years already, have done more than 250 of them, and have visited 125 countries of the world, scanning all them to get the best out of the startup world and bring it to you. So stay tuned, watch what our startups are doing. Last season had been very successful to our startups, and our VC community keeps constantly growing, and so is our angel network. So be sure to stay with us because we are doing our events all over the world. And if for any reason we haven't been to your country or city, please contact me directly or the event managers, and we will be sure to do the unicorn pitches with you. Because starting this year, we are doing local events for local startups and local investors who are interested in becoming really global. So contact us, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you in private. I'm really glad to introduce you to our ecosystem. Startup Network is a smart ecosystem that consists of various software solutions and internet platforms in a single business space. Startup Network, it's a marketplace for businesses, investors, startups, and service providers. Network VC Fund is our seed fund. Sci-Fi Acceleration Program. Unicorn Events, the world's largest online startup pitch contest. VC House, a closed online community and network created exclusively for the VCs, where they can share deals they participate in as a lead investor. Network Investments is a meeting point for investment banks, startups, and businesses. Silicon Valley Syndicate Club is a special structure that allows business angels to invest into the best startups through syndicate deals. If you're a VC or a business angel, invest with us. Be sure to tell us when you are investing, and we will be more than happy to support you. If you are a startup, our ecosystem provides enormous opportunities for you to become successful. Dear startups, get in contact with us when you are fundraising, and we will help you out with direct financing or direct interest to the investors who are really interested to support you. And of course, we welcome partners who would like to become really global. Please contact me and we will explore partnership opportunities even more, because our ecosystem is everything about startups, VCs, business angels, and helping all them out to meet the direct people. And right now I'm back to you, Julia, with the Latin America Unicorn Battle. Let's see what you have for us today.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much for such a great presentation. And I also would like to present you our partners, which help us to support our event. Thank you so much. You can see the 1950 Labs, Happy Farm, Market English, and Premium Law Group. Thank you so much. And before we will start the pitch competition, please greet our honored judges who volunteered their valuable time to our event today. Please, dear experts, introduce yourself and your fund, which you present shortly for a minute, pointing out the industry, check size, state, and geographical location of startups you invest in. Please, we will start with our CEO, Alexander Soroka. Please, the floor is yours. Alexander, are you here?
Julia, hello everybody, and thanks for coming to our Unicorn Battle today. And our funds, our seed fund and our syndicate fund usually invest up to 500K. We are industry agnostic, we are geographically agnostic, and today we have a great news. Maybe Anna will tell us more, but one of our winners, in which we already invested, one of our winners in Latin America, is now raising really great round. Anna, I will ask you to tell more. So yes, we are ready to invest in Latin America. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you for your time. Who would like to be the next?
Hey, hi, this is Anil from Unicorn.Ventures. We are Mumbai, India-based fund. We invest in early stage companies, technology focused. Currently, we have a portfolio of around 25 companies, fairly diversified: AI, SaaS, ML, FinTech, Health Tech, InsurTech, even in diagnostics. So we are in 7th year of our existence. We also have a small fund in UK where we have 7 companies in portfolio. So overall 3 funds. Glad to be part of this event and look forward to exciting startups. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil, so much for joining us today. Okay.
I can go next. This is Gary.
Yes, sure.
Good to see everybody today. My name's Gary Fowler, and I'm a serial entrepreneur and investor. I've done 17 companies, 2 unicorns. I was on the original management team at Click Software that was sold to Salesforce for $1.35 billion, and also Eva.ai, which is an AI HR tech company that I co-founded a few years ago. I'm the CEO, president, and co-founder of GSD, Get You Done Venture Studios. We're an AI and quantum venture studio located in Santa Clara, California, and we work with companies all over the world, and we have companies from LATAM in our portfolio today. We work in Africa, Asia, all over the world, curating those companies and use Silicon Valley support. So it's great to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. As usual, we are happy to see you on our events. Okay, the next one will be maybe who would like to share the world?
Marisa does, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Marisa, we don't hear you. You're unmuted. Yes, yeah. Nope. No, you need, but please check your sound. We don't hear you.
Okay, maybe somebody else would like to.
Hi, I'll jump in.
Hi, Kate.
Hi. So it's always fun, the start of the startups. Everybody introducing themselves. It's always great. People should just jump in. It's like a family here. So everybody should feel comfortable and enjoy the next hour or two. With that said, I'm the founder of IPA Equities. We're interested in deals that are innovative technologies, layered, industry agnostic, geographically agnostic, check sizes between 2 million to 10 million, And you can find out more information at ipaequities.com. Also, we'd like to extend an offer to any VC founder or tech company founder who would be interested in coming on our podcast, Funding and Disrupting. And you can find more about that at Aura Collective, auraco.com, OURACO.com, and I'll leave it in the chat. Good luck to everybody and look forward to meeting the other people and the rest of the startups.
Thank you, Keith. It's even more, it's much better than a family gathering because you always get inspired. It doesn't always happen the family gathering, but here you sure get the best ideas that there are. Marisa, let's try it again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Good morning, everyone. I'm Marisa Alma McGinnis, and I'm located in Silicon Valley, midway between San Francisco and Palo Alto. The check size with Bloomberg is under 10 million, and then they are geographically agnostic. And then with Golden Seeds, it's somewhere between 250 and 2 million. And they invest in women-founded startups.
Thank you, Marisa. Always glad to see you.
So we are going to the next expert who would like to present themselves.
I could jump in here. Hi, Julia. Hi, Anna. Great to see you again. Thanks for having me here. It's very exciting to be meeting all of these amazing companies from Latin America. So my name is Stuart Brown. I'm the CEO of PiCap Venture Partners. I manage a venture capital firm in Toronto. Our focus is industry agnostic. Check size is around $200,000 Canadian. We're also actually a designated entity with the Startup Visa program, recognized by the federal government in Canada. And what that allows us to do is take companies overseas and help them immigrate into Canada and provide them with this coveted letter of support for the Startup Visa program. So any entrepreneurs who want to immigrate to Canada and receive financing, please contact me. You can reach us at info@picap.ca. I'll put my contact info in the chat as well. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Stuart, for collaborating with us and joining us today. Happy to see you. And the next expert, who is? Please feel free to share the word. Anna, please.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here. I'm partner at Happy Farm Fund and also founder of Happy Farm Business Accelerator. We work with the early stage tech companies, support them. Right now we have 42 companies, and I'll be happy to help. And please connect and find me in LinkedIn. Have a good day.
Thank you, Anna. Thanks a lot. So, and maybe the last expert, and we go forward.
I could go. Oh, okay.
Yes,
go.
We are two of us then.
Two. Okay, two. No problem.
Please, Vyacheslav, you can go on.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, no problem. My name is actually Vyacheslav, or Slava is the same actually. Slava Bedlisny. I'm a managing partner of Network Investments, which is a part of startup network ecosystem. And what we do actually, we are creating community of investment professionals and investment banks so that we could enlarge our deals globally. We do exchange deals, we enlarge our deal floors and help each other to get funding from all over the world. So if anyone is interested, would be glad to talk more. Thanks.
Thank you.
And I'm François Leglay. I'm with Camea Investimentos in Brazil. I'm of French origin, as you can imagine. We work with, we are a restructuring, project finance, and M&A company, and we work a lot with the startups from $1 million cash into 50. And of course, there are a lot of exceptions, like in crypto and other kind of startup. We go a little lower than that, and we help finding investors, or we invest ourselves. We go on the board in order to have the company. So we tailor-made a lot of things for those startups.
Great, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
And Jim Thomas.
And I'll say
Yeah.
hi. Greetings, everyone. Jim Thomas here with Kirinaga Partners. We're based in Orlando, Florida. I'm originally from California, but migrated to Florida about 10 years ago because I think it's one of the most untapped regions in the whole country. It's recently rated as the best state university system in the entire United States. But what's special also about Florida is it's really the gateway to Latin America, but then also such an easy jump over to Europe. So we do focus on US and Florida-based companies, but we do look certainly outside for partnerships and for investment. Our average check size is 500,000 to 5 million. We're usually in the early to late seed stage, sometimes in the Series A rounds. And our last investment was a space tourism company called Space Perspective, based here at Kennedy Space Center. Glad to be with you guys.
That's interesting. Welcome on board. And the last call, Sergey, yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Happy to see so many familiar faces. Okay, I'm Gary, Marisa, Peter, Keith, and many others. So my name is Sergey. I'm a managing partner of Infosys Capital Partners. We are headquartered in Singapore with offices in Bangkok and Hong Kong. Check sizes up to 500K. With a focus on early stage investments in ad tech, health tech, a lot of digital startups. And we are focused in Southeast Asia and Europe, but we also expand our reach to other regions and, for example, Latin America as well. So happy to see everyone, and thank you.
Thank you, Sergey. Thank you a lot. So thank you, George, for presenting yourself. And now we are going ahead to the voting system of our event. To start voting, you just have to click the link you've got today in your email, and you will be redirected to the event page. You have to scroll the page to the section Startups, and you will see the logos and marks beneath. You have to put marks from 1 to 5, where 5 is the best, the highest mark, and the 1 is obviously the lowest. So you have just put marks without any confirmation buttons. You could change your marks before the voting will be closed. And if you need some help accessing your profile at our event page, please inform our support team in private message, and we will help you. So, and also the information for our attendees, this information for you. You have a great opportunity to support our participants today. You can register at the event page and give your likes or dislikes to favorite startups. They need your support today. And before we start the pitch competition, I would like to recall to all our startup founders that we do not recommend to recall the fundraising information in your presentations, because we are broadcasting throughout the world, and this is not allowed in some countries. So please keep in mind this information. And we can start the most exciting part of our event. And I'd like to invite the first participant, the startup Flapz, which is originated from Colombia. And its founder, Cristobal Muñoz-Siminovich. Please, you're welcome.
Hello, everyone. Let me share the screen with the presentation.
Yes, sure.
This is... Okay, can everyone see the presentation clearly?
Yeah, it's nice.
Great.
You can start.
Cool, thank you very much. Hello everyone, I'm presenting Flapz, Private Aviation Reimagined. This is me. Back in the CES 2020 in Las Vegas, I'm Cristobal Muñoz-Siminovich, the founder of Flapz. And at this point on time, I question myself, why private aviation is one of the industries that has not been digitized in America. Private aviation also faces different problems as there's an idle capacity of high cost assets, which have a low utilization factor. 40% of the flights are flown without passengers, that's called empty legs, but air charter operators are not able to commercialize them. There's a lack of digital strategy and usage channels, and actually the offer is not centralized, which generates frictions in the commercialization process. But who might also be having problems in the aviation and travel industry? The business traveler. The business traveler feels abandoned in Latin America due to a high penetration of low-cost models, and there's a loss of time in check-in, security checks, baggage claims, etc., that can sum up to 4 to 5 hours. There's a limited flexibility in routes and itineraries, more nowadays because of the COVID restriction. And finally, the business class experience is no longer available in Latin America. They are the ones looking for a new way of traveling, more flexible, private, and exclusive. That's how Flap was born, to solve a problem that big players like Amadeus, Travelport, and Sabre are not solving, becoming the first experience-driven private aviation marketplace in Latin America. We centralize the fleet of all the air charter operators in Latin America, which includes thousands of aircrafts, helicopters, business jets, so our clients can find, choose, and book a private flight in a simple, efficient, and digital way, being able to freely decide how, when, and where to fly. What products they can find? They can book actually private charters for business trip or leisure trips. They can also find shared flights they can purchase by the seat, and they will be able to book empty legs, complete empty legs, and also by the seat. But in addition, as we want to have a fully engagement and overall experience end-to-end, we also have side products like ancillaries, on-demand catering, getaways, luxury cars, yacht experiences, and luxury bills. We are in the right time and in the right industry. Investors such as Bill Gates are pouring money into private aviation companies like Signature Aviations, and some others are buying and purchasing private jets companies as well. How big is the opportunity? In Latin America, 360 million passengers are carried by air in average. This is data for 2019. 12% of them represents business travelers. 70% of them declare that it's not a user of private aviation. That represents an opportunity of 6.3 million business travelers only in Latin America. Flap sits over $1 billion opportunity, exactly $21 billion opportunity in Latin American market, representing the countries where we will be operating at the end of 2025.
I'm sorry, your time is up, and yeah, so I guess, yeah, we can go to the questions or different suggestions from our judges. Please, if you have something to share after this presentation with us, feel free. So
I have a question. You mentioned that there are currently no ability to, the industry is not yet digitized, but how are you different from the Flapper? Flapper is Brazilian. It was founded in 2016. It's a Brazilian marketplace for booking. Yeah, for booking actually private jet flights, the same thing that you're doing. How are you different from them?
The difference between Flapper and us, actually, and Flapz, we're focused more into the overall experience, end-to-end. We're not just connecting both ends of the marketplace, the offer with the supply. We also focus on the experience. So actually, we will be able to connect them or to have the wide range of options of aircraft to pursue or to make a private flight, plus the experience where they can have ground transportation, on-demand catering, reservations on destination of hotels, meeting rooms, etc., plus getaways or experiences that we are creating to boost and engage more people into the private aviation industry. And what we are doing is what we are developing or increasing or growing the market, because we actually currently know where to go, how to reach them, how to track the new business actually the current business traveler into private aviation, and the strategy is different what from Flapper is doing actually, on the way that they started the market. That was with some anchor routes between 3 destinations, actually where the customers were able to purchase by the seat. That's how actually they started, and then they migrate to helicopters and then private charters. We have private charters, MTLX by the seat, share flights, and experiences to add as part of the marketplace in terms of products.
Great, thank you for your answer. And we have more questions from our judge. Yeah, please.
Maybe you didn't have time to go through that, but do you have an idea for us of your revenue and profit for the next 3 years?
Yeah, actually, I thought that 3 minutes were gonna last longer, but in terms of the forecast we're projecting 4.7 million in sales for 2021. Up to now, we started the operations in Colombia in August 2020, and we opened the operation of Chile in February 2021. And up to now, we have sales for $270,000 US. And actually, the round, I'm not going to disclose the amount, but the round, the focus of the amount is to strengthen the operation of Colombia and Chile, grow Chile as the southern corn hub with Peru, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay, and then actually grow steadily in both countries or both areas where we are operating to be able to launch the operations of Mexico in 2022.
Excuse me, just one more question. Brazil and Mexico are the largest markets by far in this region. Yeah. Why didn't you start with those markets?
Because actually 3 out of 4 of the co-founders are Colombians. I'm Chilean, and we decided to, because we knew the market best in Colombia and Chile, we decided to start the operations there, get the product market fit, test the market, develop the technology, and test the technology in both countries or zones to then pursue Brazil and Mexico at the end of this year. It's part of the roadmap, Mexico and Brazil.
Okay.
You had mentioned, do you have time for another quick question?
Please, yeah, the last question for this.
You had mentioned over 4 million in sales for 2021, but you had mentioned something about a few $100,000 since last year. Can you just clarify the numbers there?
Yeah, let me check. Because I have that slide. The slide that represents that one.
Why don't you just tell us how much have you done up until now?
Up until now, 270,000, because we don't have all the products range available, and we will nowadays we have private flights.
Okay, so you've done 200,000 up until now. We're starting in May, so you have roughly 7 months left in the year.
Yes.
So how do you go from 200 and some odd thousand over 4 million?
Because we're launching in the coming months experiences, private experiences or getaways that we are partnering with luxury hotels, luxury villas, luxury ski centers, and those products will be launched between now and June. And we are increasing the product range with share flights we don't have available now, MTLX in Chile that we don't have available now. So all the growth in terms of sales is linked to the new products that we're launching in the coming month.
Thank you so much for your answers. And also, dear experts and startups, do not forget to use private messages here and share also your contacts to all panelists. And you can leave the communication there as well. And we are going to the next participant. It's the startup, which is called HealthChain, and its founder, Javier Leighton. Please, you're welcome.
There I am.
So Javier, hello, yeah.
I was muted. Hi, well, my name is Javier Leighton. I'm a co-founder of HealthChain. We are creating a decentralized network for healthcare information exchange. And That is really embedded in our purpose right now, which is bringing a solution that can give people access, sovereign access to their medical information. But we have a lot of problems to face before we get there. One, the health system is fragmented, which is kind of weird because the internet has brought us better ways to communicate and to share information, but still health information and health data is a pain for the patients and is fragmented. So we have to go from one place to another to collect our information. And at the same time, we have to fill a lot of paper forms to get that medical record. But not only for the patient is a pain, but for the practitioners as well, where you have multiple standards, multiple EHRs, multiple systems where you have to input that information. So why can't we have a network where we are allowed to access our data as a patient at any time, anywhere we have been attended, where services can be created so we can reduce delay times between different back office operations like insurance companies and payers? And why can't we bring a platform where we can secure that information, avoiding and diminishing a little bit more of frauds and different practices and bad practices in healthcare? But to do that, we have to imagine an infrastructure that can be encrypted, all our information is secured, all these processes can be automated, all the data and all the workflow can be audited. And why not think about a decentralized electronic medical record and information? So that's in our mission. Our mission is to increase health data exchange in a secure and seamless way. But how can we get there? And why are we doing this? Because data economy right now is growing and is bringing a lot of potential and a lot of opportunities, not only in bank, not only in fintech, but in healthcare information too. COVID-19 has shown us the importance of exchange and building these trust between different organizations. But we're not alone in this way. We obviously have different competitors, but the opportunity for HealthChain in difference of Patientory, SolveCare, InterSystem, and InstaMed is we bring blockchain, but at the same time, we're building a solution which will be the new interoperability stack for others to build on top of us, where you can exchange information, you can help insurance and process the data, you can create new prescriptions, and not only on the technology part where blockchain is the entertaining part, but we are building infrastructure that can help other businesses create easily integrate. They can be cost efficient. Our network can support 50 million transactions by organizations, and it's scalable because we are in between all the compliance that is necessary to operate in healthcare information.
I'm sorry, your time is up here.
Okay.
And thank you so much. It's time for questions and opinions of our expert board, please.
Hi, I have a few questions, but I don't want to take up the time here. So you're talking about developing a platform. The main question that I have is, are you developing the blockchain for other health applications to sit on your blockchain, or are you developing your own applications, or are you developing both?
Now we are building on top of blockchain so others can create and can start building applications, for example, decentralized apps without
on your blockchain.
On our blockchain, without the complexity of what integrating with the blockchain means, without the complexity of taking care, as we show here, about HIPAA compliance, GDPR, where everything is built on top of that. We like to call us like the Stripe for healthcare information, which pretty much resumes what we are. We are building an API with the whole blockchain behind, so you can use that infrastructure to build on top of that.
So if I understand you're building your own blockchain, or you're tokenizing on top of Ethereum or other blockchain?
We're using a private blockchain, which is Hyperledger as the infrastructure, and on top of that, we are building obviously the smart contracts and the API to integrate with it.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that we have the questions from other participants. So please. Oh no, nobody wants to ask something else?
I have another. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to ask about since you mentioned that you're doing this on the private blockchain, how you deal with the, openness of the system. I mean, the private blockchain is a closed system, but you kind of have to open it for the partners you connect. Then how you deal with, security and actually privacy of the healthcare data. With every partner you need to connect, they get the access to all the data from the other partners as well, or
no?
So how you deal with that?
Yeah. Well, actually, one of the features that we have is what we call channels. And between channels, we can collaborate or we can exchange information, and will be available. Like, let's say a public information, which have to be available depending on different compliance, like HIPAA, GDPR here in Chile, for example, that we're adopting GDPR for healthcare information. And but there's private information which is sensible, which, for example, insurance can't get in because they can raise, for example, the insurance amount, where contractors can't get that information without the authorization of the patient. So patients control who can access, and they can see who have access their information.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Javier. Thank you for your presentation. And we go to the next participant, to the next startup, which is Wareclouds. And I'd like to invite Arturo Quiroz. Please, the floor is yours.
Hi, everybody. I will
Hello.
share my screen.
Yeah, it's working nice. Please.
Yeah, can you see the presentation?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, so hello, everybody. My name is Arturo Quiroz. I'm CEO and co-founder from Wareclouds. And at Wareclouds, what we do is we store e-commerce products and pick and pack their orders in people's homes. In this way, we're effectively enabling dark stores for e-commerce wherever they need and at a much lower cost. I guess you all have bought something online and thought that the shipping cost was too expensive, or it was too slow, or it was just inconvenient. And accounting for 53% of shipping costs, the last mile continues to be the critical piece where efficiency and consistency are lacking. And this is because warehouses tend to be far away from the consumers, and because delivery companies are leveraged to strong physical assets and see their efficiency sometimes above the end consumer experience. So at Wareclouds, we transformed that traditional logistics model into a model based on a sharing economy, where we leverage people's assets such as the space, time, or car, which allow us to bring the products of the e-commerce much closer to the consumer, but at a very low cost. So basically, how does Wareclouds work? We enable to the e-commerce warehouses close to the demand by using idle space. We call these spaces Wareclouds and are people's houses. And we connect those houses with people who have car and are willing to pick up those orders and deliver them to the final consumer. We call these delivery guys the clouders. And this way, we are enabling any e-commerce to offer same-day delivery and even 2 hours delivery at a very low price. For this to work, we have a platform which allows e-commerce Wareclouds and clouders to interact and help us to track the order from the moment a sale is created in the e-commerce sales channel until it is delivered to the final consumer. Obviously, this is a very large market, which has been on the rise for many years, and it has even been further enhanced with the COVID. And we are quite confident in being able to say that the model at least makes sense, because we have had a very high demand for the service here in Chile. We started almost 1 year ago, and we have grown relatively fast. Today, we have more than 90 e-commerce as clients and recurring annual revenues of more than $800,000 US. And if we add to that we have good unit economics, it positions us quite well to be able to have a profitable company, and that the scale it can be even more profitable. Our revenues come from charging e-commerce for storing their products, picking and packing their orders, and for each deliver. And we share that revenue with these Wareclouds and Clouders. This is complemented by the fact that both e-commerce, Wareclouds, and Clouders are very happy with how the model works. We have high satisfaction levels, which let us think that we are succeeding on creating this network that adds value to every user. And we have defined clear and ambitious goals for the next months, where we are not looking to be a last mile company only, rather a partner that all e-commerce companies want to have. We have the company structure in 3 areas, which are growth, operation, and technology. We're already 8 people, all with programming skills, data analysis, and e-commerce, and above all, a lot of commitment to the project. So we invite you to join us if you are seeing how we change retail logistics.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Arturo. It's time for questions. We go back to our expert board. Please share with us your opinions.
In which countries do you operate today?
Today, we are operating in Chile. And this year, we are expanding to Mexico and Colombia.
Okay. And what is your month-over-month growth rate today? Last 3 months, probably.
Last 3 months, 30% each month.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Would you mind just telling us a little bit about your team and your background and how it's a fit?
Yeah, sure. Well, my background is mainly related to e-commerce. I previously founded an e-commerce company. So that's where I got the last mile in logistics pain. And I also work in a consultant company where I work developing the online digital strategies for big companies, where I also get to meet this big pain, which is logistics and last mile for e-commerce.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for your answers. Yeah, please, be last.
Yeah, Arturo, do you have a system of rating for the clouders, like Uber, for instance? Because there is a risk that they will maybe keep the goods, no?
Yes, we do have. It's interesting because what we are building now is important. That trust is a very high value in this. So what we are doing now is that the end consumer who receives the package is rating the clouder, but we are also making now that the Warecloud, which is the one who gives the package to the clouder, also will rate this guy, because it's important to know that if people is coming to my house every day to pick up things, I will rate if the guy is I don't know, a nice guy, he's someone that's always at time or whatever. So yes, we are developing these reviews and rating for each clouder and also Warecloud.
Great, thank you, Arturo, so much. And we are ready to invite the next startup. Please welcome the startup Teeb and his founder, Fernando Pardeiro. Please.
Hi, thank you. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, good.
All right, great. Well, thank you for the opportunity for presenting Teeb. It's universal healthcare. We have 4 main pillars: it's trust, traceability, security, and accessibility. Here in Latin America, there's a critical problem, and not only here, but around the world, but mainly here, for the imminent urgency to redesign medical care. There's 4 critical things here. There's more patients than doctors. We spend more time than necessary in traditional healthcare. Extreme lack of transparency and access to information. No one literally has access to their medical information. Lack of security. No universal follow-ups, universal files. Lack of primary medical attention and focus on second and third level, and leaving aside the preventive, that's the most important, and self-medications, among others. I'm Fernando Pardeiro. I'm CEO of Teeb Health, and it is my commitment to redesign and transform healthcare for everyone, no questions asked. So here's where Teeb comes in as your one-stop shop for medical care. How do we do it? Through on-demand and universal electronic health records. So through that, we can provide control, access, and governance through that information for everyone. We provide on-demand healthcare services with artificial intelligence and personalization in your back pockets, so you can access medical attention anywhere, anytime. And we empower smart care by closing the gap between patients and medical providers through technology. And we have a digital pharmacy that you'll choose how, when, and where you want to receive those medications. We also have a personalized transformation in terms of type of Pixar animation that you can transform how you see, how you feel healthcare services from something gray and maybe boring to actually something that could be fun. It doesn't have to be wrong or gray and stuff like that. So in terms of our value proposition, we have a infrastructure. It's an integration with blockchain technology, hyperledger, and AI that provides us privacy, traceability, and control in the complete ecosystem. And we also provide data governance in terms of non-fungible tokens, so digital assets that we provide to all of our users. Also, no questions asked in terms of their medical information. In terms of our business model, as a digital infrastructure, we can create different types of business lines. One of them it's our main launch that we just launched less than a month ago. It's a any clinic that is a software for doctors and applications for patients. What we do here, that's very key point, is we provide the doctors their upfront payments, advance payments through all the consultation. We guarantee that, and we get a fee. We have a non-demand type of Uber of medicine model, and a digital pharmacy that we get a spread between what we buy and what we sell through our own platform. As I said, we just launched this. And in terms of perspective on scalability, for each 500 doctors that we affiliate here at Teeb, we improve 500,000 lives, and we generate 300,000 transactions. It's mostly based on transaction-based model. In terms of big data, we empower smarter decision by saving lives. This is something key, what we want trying to do. So your prevention is our biggest asset. Follow-up care, better diagnosis, decrease healthcare costs, and better user experience among that. So through that, we generate value in terms of what we have in terms of information, mixing up with transaction-based model, providing everyone the healthcare they need, regardless of where they are located or regardless of their economic status. So we empower patients by empowering doctors. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. Thank you, Fernando. And we come back to our expert board. Please, do you have some questions to our founder?
So you had mentioned this. This sounds very familiar, actually. We actually invested in this space about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's interesting how we're seeing things progress. My question to you is, with your launch, where is your focus? Because you talk about doctors, you talk about a pharmacy. What is your plan in terms of scaling? Where is your focus? And then what are your additional paths beyond that core that you're initially targeting?
Yeah, so thank you for the question. We first start with the baseline in terms of the doctor is my main asset right now. So we are creating an ecosystem that we invite doctors to be part of what we're doing. We're actually not charging them to be part of what we're building. So we create a transactional base. So each doctor will provide us a mass critic in terms of patients. So each doctors, when they register their patients and we generate information, we generate an opportunity for that patient to transform how they communicate with that doctor through apps. We digitalize that particular doctor, so they generate through the traditional way how they communicate. We provide them all the technology they need. So through that's our baseline that we want to generate in this first step. We actually launched a month ago, so you can download apps. The doctor can actually affiliate and have their the practice to be digitalized 100%. Everything they actually do now to be digitalized. So through that, we start the base, and then we migrate to different types of services through that same critical mass of patients, providing them now, not only depending on that doctor that told them, download that app because it's the new way to communicate with me, but they also can order type of services like telemedicine. They can order services to their own homes, a COVID test, medical attention, etc., through their own apps, and that's the type of on-demand. So we generate a type of doctors that are not like secondary and third level, primary healthcare. I graduate, then what do I have to do? So I get Teeb, I affiliate them, and I can start providing medical consultation for everyone in my home. So through that, we connect directly all patients to that doctors without the need of digitalizing a practice that they do not have. So that's the second step. So through that, we pay those doctors, and we get a spread on that. And the other one is the pharmacy. So for us, it makes sense then completing the circle. So once everything happens, you need the medication. So it's a type of marketplace where we connect the pharmacies here in Latin America through the doctor the digital recipe, and of course the end user, the patient, we deliver to them all their medications in general terms. And through that infrastructure, we have all the other potential business lines also. I'm not sure if I answered your question.
Yes, the only other question I have is, so it's a private blockchain. The entire project is a private blockchain, correct?
Actually, no. We have same as the one before. We have a hybrid one that we use Hyperledger in terms of database, so we can store information. Blockchain right now is very complex, and we use blockchain to generate all the transaction traceability and auditability of all process that happens in a electronic health records. Since the start, everything is located there through hashes. You can actually access that hash, and through that hash, access that information if that's the thing that you need. But you as a patient decide if you want to share that information or not. Since you log in, you can share and unshare your information, and you authorize the doctors so they can actually open an electronic health records for you. So we use both of them to create a unique ecosystem in that base.
Thank you, Fernando. And we are limited in time, so we go to the next participant. Thank you for your presentation. And please greet the next startup, which is BeeTechnology, please. Are you here, Camilo?
I'm here, thank you. I'm sharing screen right now, okay.
Yes, please.
I'll start again. Well, instead of the coronavirus, the hunger will kill us all is a headline by the New York Times, and that is not far from the truth. Because as we develop as a society, we do not only increase the number of people in this world, but we also deplete our resources and are in the verge of a crisis, especially a food crisis. Added to the problem today, in the year 2050, we will need twice as many food as we are able to produce today. And the way we make this food should be primarily from novel, efficient technologies that are sustainable, with a major problem being the livestock industry. As more infectious diseases appears and farmers increase their losses, we are running out of ways to treat them because bacteria have become immune to these antibiotics. But worse than that are the consequences of the use and abuse of antibiotics in cattle, which directly impact human health by rendering our treatments useless, with antibiotic-resistant bacteria already claiming almost 1 million lives per year. So not only we need to make more food, we need to find new alternatives that allow our livestock industry to meet the demand without putting our medicine on the line. The crucial problem has generated a market of over $19 billion with growing investments each year, especially after the COVID pandemic. With this in mindset, we were to create new ways of producing food. In BeeTechnology, we developed a product that can act like an antibiotic but leaves no residue in the environment, nor does it generate resistance. This consists of natural proteins that attack disease-causing bacteria and dismantles them different ways, preventing their development without harming the animals or polluting the food or environment. And we started with the pillar of agriculture and livestock industries, which is the honeybee and their deadly and highly dangerous plague, the American foulbrood. We currently have a lab working prototype that not only does it work against the honeybee's bacteria, but have seen a wide range of action from diseases of chicken to pigs, with even a potential human application in the future. This technology is currently in the process of a patent and is accompanied by industrial secret, and will be shortly begun with our FDA regulation to effectively approve this novel drug. We have seen its effects in honeybees larvae against American foulbrood disease, giving successful results that indicate the power that lies in these proteins, which we intend to be the only ones of generating, but we will outsource the manufacturing and sales process through a pharmaceutical company with the channels and distribution infrastructure already developed, while maintaining ownership of our work. Work from our 3 founders, who in 2016 thoroughly analyzed over 900 samples to find the perfect group of microorganisms and have dedicated our full time from simple idea to an actual technology we can see work and intend to have available to commercialize, supported by a group of institutions and people who have decades of experience in business, regulations, and academia to keep BeeTechnology's development in good track and reach our goal of feeding the world with innovation. So if you want to be novel, to be innovative, just BeeTechnology. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. And time for questions, please.
The
Who would
funds
like
you're
to ask?
raising, can you tell us what the use of funds?
Yes, we started with an idea and we competed with other with doctorates. We as students, and we earned $120,000 for the.
No, the funds that you're raising now. What do you plan to use them for?
Oh, okay, sorry. The funds are for the complete product development, the IP, and the process of putting this industrial prototype on the works, so we can reduce the costs of production.
And then you'll be fundraising again. Is that the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. More questions? No questions. Maybe somebody last chance. Okay, so we can go to the next startup. Thank you, Camila. You can stop sharing. And we go to the startup nodalab. Please, Jorge Gonzalez, you're welcome to take the floor.
Thank you. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we're convinced that podcasting is the perfect medium to tell stories, cultivate empathy, and authentically connect with each other. Everybody has a story to tell, and through podcasting, we can all become creators. The podcast industry is booming. Just this year, we're gonna break $1 billion in advertising in the United States, but globally it's a 11 billion market. And Latin America is experiencing the most accelerated growth and during this period. But what's the problem with this industry is it has a huge problem. 50% of the podcasts that are made never pass the 7th show. So what happens with the other 50% that do make it past this mark? 40% of them won't be successful enough, and just 1% of the podcasts in the world have 99% of the listens. So what happens with this is that many podcasters struggle establishing an audience and monetizing their show. So what if there was a way to make podcasting accessible and more profitable for everyone? So we have created nodalab, a platform for all podcasters. With this platform, we intend to motivate, to give tools and resources for podcasters at all stages so they can become successful creators. And in this creator economy, we need these people to be successful. So we've developed creative and education tools. We also have a production service, which allows them to have a professional product. We also create revenue sharing models with them that allow us to fund projects and become an incubator for these podcasts that will become profitable in the future. And we also create growth strategy and monetization solutions with them so they can continue to do it in the future and be successful. In our recording studios, we've hosted world-class guests, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and we've worked with B2B and companies and B2C companies like Spotify. We've worked with startups like Clearbit and Qualtrics XM. And so last year we experienced a lot of growth, a lot of traction in the number of podcasts we produce. And so by each podcast we launch, we have an opportunity to build a new brand that will have a lot of value in the future. And this is the way we're going to do it. We'll build audiences, grow our portfolio, and create new revenue streams for podcasters worldwide. This is our team. I'm the CEO, joined by a CMO and the head of production that takes care of all the magic. And so we believe that through audience storytelling, we can empower the expression of ideas and culture. We saw huge success with our first original production in 2020, and this year we'll launch 10 new shows, which will bring an enormous potential for value for our startup, but also enormous potential for the lives of others. Thank you.
Thank you, Jorge. Yeah, your time is up. I'm sorry, before we start asking questions, I'd like to recall to our judge that if you cannot find some of the participants in your list, please reload your page and maybe it will help. If not, please write to our support team. And now the time for questions, please. Everybody wants to ask our founder.
I'll ask a question.
Sure.
Thanks for the presentation. You mentioned tools, but you didn't actually describe any of the tools that you're providing. So could you please elaborate, like what exactly are those?
Yeah, so what we're trying to build is a platform with an education platform that brings them tools for mind mapping, for proper planning, so they know what they're getting into when they're going into podcasting. So these tools can be tutorials, workshops, they can be podcasts, and they can also be interactive tools within our website that allow them to create in a better way. These tools are planned on a freemium model, so we're going to be delivering most of this content for free in order to build awareness for our product, allow more podcasters to get into the podcasting ecosystem, and once they can become profitable, they can switch over to our streamlined service, where they'll be able to have a more professional product and start using as well our growth solution to build audiences and start monetizing their show.
Thank you, Jorge. And if we have no more questions, we go.
I have one question.
Yeah,
if you have
please.
time. So this is very similar to public speaking space. And my question to you is, there's a lot of money that's being made on selling services to public speakers and to podcasters. My question to you is, are you planning on making your revenue by selling them products, or are you planning on making the majority of your revenue through monetization of their podcasts?
The majority of the revenue will come by these revenue sharing models. So when we have raw talent that needs funding, what we do is we build the brand with them and we get a 50-50 split. And so when these podcasts become profitable in the future, 1 year, 2 year, and in into a 10-year stretch, the value of the brand becomes much more valuable than selling the product. So you can sell an ad space for much more than you can sell the product, the podcast, and the service.
So basically, your idea is to help incubate them so that ultimately you can share in the value of the brand, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
I have a quick question. Who owns the brand?
The brand is owned by both parties. The brand and the intellectual property, the authorship of the recordings, everything.
Yeah, I mean, but basically there is no such thing as being owned by two parties. Someone is the decision maker. I mean, it's usually someone have the majority of the voting or something. I mean, if it's a decision to, let's say, whether or not to sign up with some advertiser, or whether or not to sell this brand to someone, who makes the decision? Who owns the rights to make the decision?
I understand. Yeah, I understand your question. We believe that in order to have an environment that promotes creativity, we need to allow creative freedom for people. So if they do not want to sell to certain advertiser because they are not aligned with their values, then we won't force these people to do these decisions. We believe that if we act in the way that promotes the best working environment for these people, that ultimately these decisions will drive even more revenues. I've studied the music industry for many years, and one of the things that hurt that industry the most is creative decisions being taken by executives who only focus on the money side. And when you focus on the creative side, you will also bring in the revenues, but you won't have to sacrifice on the art itself.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Unfortunately, the time for questions is up, and do not forget to use your private chat. And we go to the next startup. Please welcome the startup from Colombia, Billy Facturex, and its founder, Jesus Gandur. Please.
Hey, hi everyone. Let me share my screen.
Sure, please.
Do you see the presentation?
Yeah, you can start, please.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone, thanks for your time. And we are excited to tell you how Billy is using technology to transfer access to working capital to small and medium enterprises. My name is Jesus Gandur. I am the COO and co-founder of Billy. Billy is a multi-sided platform that leverages technology and data analytics to connect buyers and sellers of electronic invoices in a digital way. Billy addresses SMEs' liquidity problems using the data from electronic invoices. We have created a seamless and easy-to-use technology platform that is 100% digital and fully aligned with regulatory standards. Billy provides to professional buyers access to a large number of SMEs to build diversified portfolios. Billy acts as an intermediary, not covering any default losses. However, our data models enable buyers to enhance their risk assessment. The opportunity is huge in LATAM, given that working capital needs are estimated at $1 trillion per year and growing. And the region is leading the trend in mandatory electronic invoicing. Our revenue model is simple, a commission of 0.4% of the value of the invoice traded. And we are beta testing our proprietary risk assessment system with some buyers. We are the only 100% digital factoring platform in Colombia. This allows us to have a more efficient platform, faster to use, and the cheapest in the market, and scale our technology with low marginal costs. Our go-to-market strategy includes embedding Billy's technology in accounting software, and we are working with Chamber of Commerce to scale faster the number of SMEs. We started our journey in January 2018 and operations in August 2019. In just 1 year and a half, we achieved the milestone of $10 million in traded invoice and more than 700 companies registered in the platform. So why us? We are a multidisciplinary team of co-founders with combined experience in finance and technology, the perfect combination for a company leveraged on data analytics and capital market transactions. We are a team of second-time founders that successfully built a fintech in Colombia focused on algorithmic trading. We just closed our seed round for $600,000, and now we are looking for $4 million to expand Billy to Mexico with regional buyers that are current clients of Billy. So why now? This year, invoices are becoming securities in Colombia, and Mexico is looking to replicate the model. We have 2 regional buyers needing to allocate more than $500 million in LATAM. And finally, after 3 years working in Billy, our business model was described in last year's McKinsey Global Pay Me report. Our model is ready to scale in LATAM. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. And time for questions, please. As usual, feel free to ask. Okay.
I'd like to know.
Go ahead.
Okay, please, one by one.
I wanted to know, do you extend credit or do you resell the invoices to financiers?
No, we are just intermediary. We are like a marketplace where sellers offer the invoices and buyers are the ones who buy it in the platform, and we charge a commission on both sides of the platform clients.
Okay.
Great.
Can you tell us how you plan on
Please,
spending the money?
Sorry?
Can you share with us how you plan on spending the money?
Okay, yes, we're expanding to Mexico, so we need to make new features of Billy. We need to develop and let
if you could give me a percentage, X amount, 20% for this, 25% for that.
Okay, it's 25 for new user acquisitions, 40% for expand Billy functionalities, and 40% to develop our business in Mexico.
Great, thank you. And the question from Alexander, yes?
Yeah. What is your growth rate today, months over months?
Okay, during the last 3 months, we were growing at 40% per month. And just for next month on May, with 2 regional buyers, we are multiplying our traded invoices to 5 or 6 times the actual volume.
Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. The time for question is over. And we go to the next participant. Please welcome the startup Brand&Label. This startup is from Chile, and welcome its founder, Sebastian Hirkovich.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sebastian. Thank you for the invitation, and it's great to be here with you guys. I'm presenting my slide. Can you tell me if you see it now? Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's working. Good.
Perfect. So hi, we're Brand&Label, and it's good to know if you have the knowledge that today 40% of all digital objectives fails because of bad quality data. We are living in an era in which everyone needs to transform to digital, but we are failing on what we're doing. Besides that, if you just take a look into e-commerce, 12% of all sales are lost each year because of dirty data. And in refunds, you can lose over 40% because of this dirty data. 80% of it has no structure, and 47% of the information of product is not real information. So this is what data is the new oil, and we are the first data refinery. Why? Because companies are spending over $400,000 a year and expending the money on their ERP, CRMs, MDMs, great vehicles to get all the opportunities that we are looking to manage. But the thing that we forget is that the data is the oil that we feed these tools to get to our commitments. So what's the problem in a big scale? We are getting information from suppliers. We are getting information from our teams, and that information has not been validated, has not been created, and we suffer very dirty data, and we feed that to all our selling points, sourcers, e-commerce marketplaces. So Brand&Label as this guardian shield that all information that is going to come in is going to be validated and also created in the one that's missing and will be the accurate structure. How do we do it? We create at the beginning a flexible structure that allows you to feed every system that you have within the company. When we go through our automated sources, you get 75% completion of data. And then when data is missing or doesn't exist, through our data nomad system, you can get up to an 80% completion on data. This increased relevance in the categories over 60%. This decreased response up to 40% a year. You can increase data completion over 90%. You increase the productivity by 80%, and with an 87.7 quality, you are saving 47% of doing this manually or doing this with halfway solutions that are out there in the market. So this is a $14 billion industry that recurrents 70% a year. These are all the products that are being sold only in Latin America. These are some of our clients. Good news is that our order size has grown through 100%. By 2022, we will increase our direct margin to 85%. And we have nowadays grow our MRR by 500%. And good news, we open in May our office in England. This is the business model. You get a SaaS system that helps you create flexible structures for your company, and you pay up to $1.7 per SKU that you create information. This is how we get clients. We have a partner system that are selling our products or also doing the setup for our clients. We have a sales team that has divided in 3 stages, and we also create inbound and strategies that are giving a 30% conversion in getting new leads. This is the team. Me and Nicolas have been working for more than now 13 years. We used to work together in Groupon. I used to be the marketing manager and sales for Latin America, and he the head of all legal counseling area. And Alfredo came along working for the UN, taking care of all data accuracy for different countries. And he came and helped us do all the structure and the development of the system. So we are looking for an investment to expand our presence in Latin America, retain and get more talent within the company, and also developing the what we are missing in our SaaS solution to expand to all the other countries that we're looking at. So we invite you to be part of Brand&Label. So don't worry, be Brand&Label.
Thank you, Sebastian. Your time is up. So we move forward to the questions from the expert boards. Please feel free to ask or give suggestions, comments, share your opinion with us. So
I have one question. So if I hire you guys to get my data better, you will have access to all my data. How does it work in terms of IP and privacy laws?
Well, you're talking about product data. There's not much a big of a problem because you get access to the system where the information is gathered, and you go through a validating process according to any other outside source that exists. But when you're talking about client information, that's a little bit more delicate kind of data. So you have the access, but you cannot use that data in any aggregated way with other clients. It depends on different ways that you manage the data. For example, we started doing this for retail and e-commerce, but now we also create data for mining industry, also for clients' information. Each one has a different way of working according to how delicate is the information.
great, thank you for the answer. More questions, please. It's time to ask. Okay, if nobody has questions.
Probably I have.
Yeah,
Can you tell a little bit more about your traction today?
If I can go back to the traction model?
Yeah. Number of clients, revenues.
This slide.
Okay. And what is your revenue today?
Our revenue, we are selling over $1 million a year, and we have a 75% margin at this moment. And we just recently, thanks to COVID, actually, we've been increasing our MRR by 500%. We started with $10,000 3 years ago, and now we are up to $68,000 a month.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great, good question and good answer. Okay, keep going to the next startup. Please welcome Chilean startup Pegasi and Luis Santiago. Please.
Hi, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we see your email box. Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah, it took a little bit to change. Okay.
Yeah, good. You can start.
Okay. We can start with that. Well, hi, everyone. It's great to be here. My name is Luis Santiago, and I'm the CEO of Pegasi. We are dedicated to the smart management of healthcare information for cases such as Pablo, who spends 13 hours nightly waiting in the hospital because someone lost his ear disorder. The case of Gabriel and his son, who were waiting for 14 hours for Pablo's death. and the case of Maria, who spent 16 days hospitalized due to an allergic reaction to a medication given to her by a physician that didn't have access to her medical record. If in Latin America we had quick and secure access to medical information, none of these events would have happened. But we don't. Over 70% of the region's medical information remains unstructured, in most cases, still on paper. And that is why we in Pegasi created a 4-step method to structure, process, aggregate, and analyze all of the region's medical information. The first 2 steps we tackled through PegasiMed, our healthcare information system. PegasiMed's value proposition is unique because it functions online and offline thanks to BeeTechnology, our technology, accessible on any smart device, integrated teleconsultation model, and complies with international standards for interoperability and patient privacy security. The business model behind PegasiMed is B2B, B2G, B2B2C, where the size of the license depends on the amount of physicians enrolled in a market that has over 1.2 million physicians. We expect to have 25,000 of them using our platform by year 3 of operation in a market that's worth over $600 billion right now. The competition behind PegasiMed makes PegasiMed unique because we are the one with the biggest value proposition in a market where our biggest competitor is paper. On the BI side is where the impact opportunity and the revenue opportunity lies for Pegasi. Up to 70% of what we spend in healthcare could be saved if we use big data and AI to analyze this information. And that alone would allow us to enter our healthcare data analytics market that's worth over $50 billion, in where Latin America only plays a very small part. So to sum up what we do in Pegasi, we structure and process all of these patients' information to optimize processes, reduce wait times, and adverse event prevention. Then we aggregate this information for research of new medications, new wearables, and new prosthetics. And the part we are most interested about, real-time public health vigilance. The team behind Pegasi is the perfect match between technical and administrative personnel, spearheaded by a C-suite with over 25 years of experience in the healthcare, IT, and banking industry. And the traction shows we have been doing things correctly. We closed 2019 with $55,000 in revenue, and in 2020 we closed the year with $130,000 in revenue and $140,000 on the pipeline with these great customers. Pegasi is an impact-first startup. We are creating a more efficient, data-driven healthcare system with diminished patient costs and paper and electricity usage reduction. Join us on making Latin America and the world paper-free in the healthcare sector. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. Thanks. And please, dear judge, it's time for questions. We come back to you.
Great, thanks. Yeah, can you just elaborate on the revenue you've gotten to date? Like, is that fully in line with your core business, or is that related to some other thing like consulting or something like that?
No, it's fully related to our business. We have been having revenue as on the project side. We have developed projects with Roche, Sanfer, and Novartis throughout 2019 to 2020 for data management in the healthcare sector. We, for example, have projects to research cancer, breast cancer, uterus cancer, and we have another one that we are implementing lung cancer in Chile. And those projects, we currently develop them with companies such as Roche in order to aggregate the data that's produced and use it for research of new medications and the diet side.
Okay, great, thanks.
Good answer, thank you. More questions?
Yeah, a lot of the healthcare providers don't like to share the information because then they lose control of the patient. So how do you deal with this?
That's a super good question. One of the first things that we do is that the patient signs a consent in order to share that information. And that consent is also signed in terms of signing the agreement where they start rolling out Pegasi. And then for the healthcare suppliers, one of the things that they see is that they get access to BI, not just theirs, but as a region as a whole. And that overcomes the need to keep that data in a silo for themselves. And the other thing is that we have partnered with larger organizations than us, for example, as I told you, Roche, Novartis, these pharma companies, then the insurance companies, in order for to create this matrix of information that we can use for real population health management. So Pegasi becomes a digital transformation alliance for the region and hopefully for the rest of the developing world in the short term.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And if we have no questions, we go forward. So, okay, so please welcome the last but not the least startup for today's event, which is from Colombia. And this is startup Ekkofy.
Thank you everyone for your time. You see my presentation?
Yeah, could you make the full screen, please?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great,
congratulations
yes.
to everyone. Great companies, great ideas. So let me start with a question. Did you know that 20 to 50% of sales are driven by word of mouth? That's why we created Ekkofy, a complete referral and social selling ecosystem for your brand. Ekkofy is a sales and marketing technology that enables brands to do three things: trigger, track, and incentivize word of mouth, trace and reward successful referral conversions made by customers and affiliates, and manage social selling campaigns encouraging sales forces and brand boosters. How does it work? We have a powerful software with 800 developed funnels already created that create multiple campaigns integrated to offline and online points of sale of the client, onboarding unlimited ambassadors and affiliates, and obtaining and managing valuable marketing data. Also, for the brand lover, we had the affiliate marketplace and tool where they can visualize multiple brands and affiliate programs and receive their commissions in their Ekko wallet, completely integrated and automated to the banking system. Also, one very important feature is the plug and play feature. That's an express recommendation technology with no app needed and completely integrated to the client ecosystem. So let me show you how it works. If I'm an affiliate or I'm a brand lover, I have the app where I can create my personal link, or I can head to the client ecosystem without the app and create my own recommendation of the product or the selling of the product. The potential client would receive my personal link that's completely tracking the recommendation, creating a qualified lead, and completely connected to the e-commerce or offline points of sale or any sales channel that the client has. If the success fee is triggered, I would receive my commission in my wallet or my gift card in my benefit program that's located in the lower part of the app. We have been working with multiple clients and we have proved our technology in many sectors with we have been swimming in a huge market potential of more than $630 billion worldwide advertising market and a MarTech industry of more than
Daniel,
140
sorry, you are not
billion.
screen sharing. You are screen sharing, but it's not showing anything, just black screen. I don't know if it's me or...
Where did it stop?
I can see only the slide. How does it work?
Yeah,
It's stuck
yeah.
there.
Afterwards, I'll show you how it works.
Oh,
and then we...
sorry for that. Somehow it just stopped sharing. I'm gonna try to do the full screen. Please let me know if this works this time. Sorry for that.
Happens. Technology.
Yes. So are you looking at the slide?
Nope, yet.
Not yet.
It says that you started screen sharing, but we don't see the result yet. Maybe the internet is slow on your side.
No.
Not yet.
Nothing's happening.
Not yet.
I'll try again.
Okay. And still nothing.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so
not available. Maybe you can go back to your presentation. Presentation works fine.
Yeah, we went just
No.
Nope. So it's not working. So
It's not working.
I don't know if you want me to talk about the product and we can go on, or maybe we can contact any other time with the group.
Absolutely, yes, we can do that. And if any judges have questions to what they heard already, they can ask you, or you can contact them in chat and discuss it in private.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Well,
thank you. So,
dear judges, yes, it was our last startup, all right, Julia? And
sure. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm not sure if you got to this or not, or we're about to, but just, can you tell us a little bit about the traction that you've received so far? Users of the platform, success stories?
Yes. So we have been working with 10 major brands in Colombia, and we have already a pipeline undergoing revision to do the integration with more than 30 brands. And we have we already secured about $70,000 for this year in revenue, and with a very small team, we will achieve about $300,000. So what we're looking for would be to increase the team and increase our revenue.
Thank you,
okay,
Daniel.
thank you.
Any more questions? Well, not. Okay, not for now. You can contact Daniel in chat if you're interested in exploring his product more. And dear judges, please don't forget to vote. In a minute, we'll be closing our votes and we'll know who will present the region at the finals that are only 10 days away from us. Not 10, 17. Okay, that's good. I thought it was 10. Okay, I scared myself. And while you are exploring the votes and changing the marks and putting everyone in a line, please pay attention to our poll. We are doing our little surveys all over the world. And we would like to know what is going on your side. What challenges are you facing? Do you have enough startups to choose from? Or maybe you have too many startups to choose from as an investor? Or you are interacting, you have problems interacting with them. So we had asked already some of the regions of the world and would like to know what's going on in Latin America. And we will know the results of our poll and talk about the what is going on in South America with the venture investing during networking session with our guests and with our panelists in just short while after announcing who the winner is, who will be presenting the region, who will join the winners from Europe, from Asia, from Africa, Oceania. Because Latin America, it plays an important part in the world history and also in the world startup movement. And I have also great news to share that Alexander wanted me to announce. Thank you, Alexander, for such a great opportunity. I always like when I'm telling something great. Muncher, great startup that has a black kitchen product solution that allows us, not all of us, not to be hungry, no matter where we are, just raised 22 million. And we were among the early investors into that startup. And he was the winner at the Unicorn Battle Latin America a couple seasons ago. And he got great connections right at our battle. And I'm really glad that we are really doing good thing, helping successful startups become successful businesses and helping great people, investors, find wonderful deals. And hope you will find some future unicorns right here today. Okay, Julia, do we know who the winner is?
Yeah, I have already known who is the winner of today's
Will
battle.
you tell us? Or
yeah, I will share the screen.
That's really kind of
with
you.
our winners. So it's very important moment, and I'd like to share it with you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So who is the third place of today's battle is Brand&Label. My congratulations. The third place is yours. The second place goes to who is Billy Facturex. My congratulations to with the second place. And the first place of the today's battle in Latin America is Wareclouds. So Wareclouds, you're the winner of today's battle. So our congratulations.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Really excited to be in one.
That's really great. Get ready for the World Finals.
Great.
Yeah,
we will be preparing for that. Looking forward to it.
Us too. That's really great. Thank you, Julia. And
thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes. And can I have the poll results published also? So we'll have grounds for the discussion. Okay, lots of startups to go through. Wow, guys, you are doing great out there. And not enough startups, hard to source them out, and huge competitions, probably the equal. Okay, let's talk about it. That is really interesting. I, besides our own personal great use with the Muncher startup, I have read that last year also, and this year started to Latin America, really great. You are the year of 2019 was the highest in venture investing, mostly because the SoftBank was very active in the region. But year 2020 was only 10% down to the most successful year 2019. But the year 2021, this one, it promises to be the best one ever for you, for the region. And one of the main reasons is because international investors are very active, not like local investors, but the international investors are coming into the Latin America to find great deals, to support the Latin American startups, and early startups get more than 75% of all the investments that there are in Latin America. Aldo, I'm so glad to see you. How are you doing in Chile? And do you see international investors being more active than ever this year?
He's not in Chile, Anna.
Aldo? In Peru.
I am in Peru, Anna.
Peru, okay. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I like Santiago. I've been there working for more than a year, so it's close to the
Maybe I saw
Cordillera.
you there, so I remember you from meeting in Chile.
Yes. Well, I see that this particular competence was very hard, very tough. I like and I congratulate all the winners. About this your poll, no? Yes, we had a lot of new startups, and it's true what you say. Here in Latin America, we characterized because we are always trying to transform in improving and looking for new ways to do things. Apart of all the political issues that we have around our countries, we always try to go further and move ahead. So it's great to have these international investors looking at us.
That is great. What answer did you pick out of the poll?
Well, I think that it is tough to start looking for different because you have to evaluate different startups and different environments. so it's a lot of information. And so if you are not specialized in some particular, like for example, blockchain or technology, or a mix of technology with a particular, like the winner, or well, I was looking for Teeb, for example, blockchain and medicine. So those things are what we look for: innovation, disruptive technology with some particular thing that they are solving. They have to have a focus on that.
Okay, thank you, Aldo, so much. Jim, you said that the Florida is a gateway to Latin America. Do you personally have a history of investing into Latin American startups?
We're looking at a number of opportunities. I don't think we've made any particular investments. Some of our portfolio right now, we're signing, some Brazilian deals and some South American licensing agreements. So we think, if you're headquartered here, ideal. But we're always looking for global opportunities. But if you're in anywhere in Latin America, we're certainly open to those opportunities as well. And especially, we think for international deals, Florida is a great gateway into the U.S. market as well, especially in these times. Florida is just I think I really look at Florida and Texas. My home state of California, I love, but Florida and Texas really have a fantastic business environment these days.
Yeah. Okay. But what was your answer to our poll?
We're almost seeing, I don't want to say too many deals, but we're just seeing fantastic opportunities, literally here in Florida, across the country, and then we're looking at a number of things in Latin America, and then a handful of deals in Central Europe.
That is really cool. I hope
it's been,
also are helping you
great,
to scope the world also.
Yeah. It's been great meeting people and connecting, and especially through LinkedIn. So it's love what you guys do, and just keep going.
Thank you for encouraging us. Sure. Francois, what will you tell us on your side? How do you see the situation developing in the region? Are you optimistic about it?
Yes, or hopeful, and I don't know what. We are optimistic in Latin America usually. We see a lot of. I'm focusing more on Brazil recently. We're seeing a lot of movement in fintech, and now we're looking at agri-fintech. We're seeing a lot of opportunities in marketing, digital marketing, in crypto asset management, asset management companies. So I'd say the scene is it's evolving according to the number of COVID infections. So now it's going a little down in Brazil, and already last week and this week we see again all new subjects coming, new deals coming. I think the year will be a very good one. Yes.
Yeah, I hope so too. Thank you very much. But is it hard, like if we take Brazil, to compete for local investors, to compete against such monsters as SoftBank for like great deals?
It depends on the size of the deal. SoftBank will go for tens of millions of dollars. So you won't see them on $1 million deals, and so it depends on if you go to $50 million and $100 million, then you see competition. For the other deals, it's more like a big quantity of startups, and then it's harder to sort out which one is worth investing.
But
so it's a very different landscape,
Okay, but is it custom to share deals in between the VC community? Do you call your friends, say, "Hi guys, look what I have found"? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget to call us. We also like to share.
Yeah, because when you're 2 or 3 VCs willing to invest in the company, you have done your own analysis. Maybe you will make less mistakes when you're more people looking.
Absolutely. And what was your answer to our poll?
My answer was not enough startups worth investing into.
Really? Oh gosh,
Yes.
come to our battles. We have lots and lots of startups, and I love them all. Like if I had like tons of
I
money,
really
I would
think
be doing them all.
I really think I will maybe create a startup myself in order to educate startup owners and how to plan your business and how to sell yourself to investors. Should be a great startup itself.
Wonderful. We'll see you pitching
Wait,
then,
wait
right?
for me. Wait for me.
We'll surely do. That is really great. Okay, dear judges, I want you to share who has like a really great success story besides Alexander Soroka, investing into the Latin America startups. What country was it? What industry? And who can tell me that? No success stories.
Well, Anna, this is Gary. So,
Hi,
we've
Gary.
just really started to focus on Latin America. There's 647 million people, and it's really untapped. We focus on artificial intelligence and quantum computing. One of our companies, one of them is actually going down through a funding round right now, but we're in the fintech space in Argentina. We've recently gone down to Chile, actually before the pandemic. I've seen some incredible AI companies. We're farming them. The companies are really starting to get mature. I'm down in Florida right now. So actually I'm in Key West. I'm closer to Cuba, I would say at this point, but I'm from California. Silicon Valley is still the port to the rest of the world, because if you go there, you find Chinese investors, as you know, Russian investors, Ukrainian investors, Israeli investors, and I've gotten money from all of them. And the other thing is about the connections. The connections are really critically important. And it is, I forget who just said it, but about the contacts. And you said, if you call up to share deals, one of the beauties of the Valley is people share deals. And that's really how it works. So we love it. It is a great time because of the digital transformation and having things like the Unicorn Battle to be able to really showcase these companies, because one of the challenges, they can't get the word out and they don't know how to cross the chasm to the other side. And that's what really, he really was a good segue into GSD, because that's what we do. We help them with that segue up, like I did with Eva, like I did with Click Software, and to create that mythical unicorn, although we've created a few. So it's a great opportunity. The one thing is, I'm seeing a lot of companies, but we're specifically interested in AI and quantum. And so I'm not seeing as many matured to the level that we would want, but it's getting better and better.
You mean in Latin America?
In Latin America. So it's getting better and better. And I mean, I can say that around the world. In Africa, we're doing a lot of work. We were just down in Nigeria, and we're going to Kenya and Ghana. But it's around the world, but in Latin America, it's untapped. It's really interesting because it's like a closed bubble, but the bubble needs to come out, and the companies that are out there, these startups need to realize you have to have that visibility. And if you want to, the other thing is they ask for, they come out and they say, well, geez, I want to give 20% of my company up. This is a real deal for $300,000, but I'm doing $1 million in sales, an AI company. It's like, what's wrong with that picture? If you were in the Valley, you wouldn't be raising $300,000 on $1 million in sales, right? It would be a totally different deal. The problem is they set themselves up for failure because they don't raise enough money. Then they try to go global, and they've already set the stage, and it creates a bad situation. So they need to make sure that they're relevant to the global market coming right out of the gate, what the real value is.
Okay, wonderful. Did you hear that? Startups raise more. Don't ask for less. Raise more.
Hey, by the way, Anna, I have one thing really interesting. Today, if you get a chance, I have one of the top quantum physicists in the world. She's 31 years old from Harvard. They talk about her as the next Stephen Hawking's, Pranita Narang, and she's going to talk about some of the recent advances in quantum. If you get a chance, I've been trying to book her for a long time. Check it out, because if you're into quantum computing and the startups out there, investors, it's going to be on our channel. Check out GSD-VS and dial in. It'll be very interesting today.
Okay. Thank you, Gary, for sharing that with us. Thank you, all the judges. Thank you, Julia, for this wonderful event. And I would like to encourage you to come. We have only 2 events, unicorn battles left, until we reach the Unicorn Cup. and we'll know who is the best startup in the world in this spring 2021. So in a day, on Thursday, Asian morning, we will see you in Southeast Asia, discovering the best startups. And on Thursday, May 6th, it will be Silicon Valley. We're coming to the Silicon Valley, discover Silicon Valley startups. So 2 more events left. Southeast Asia and Oceania this Thursday, and next Thursday, Silicon Valley. So thank you very much. It's been really inspiring event. I had written down some wonderful ideas. Thank you, startups. Thank you, judges. It's always a pleasure to see you, and see you more at our unicorn battles.
Bye-bye. Thank
Stay
you.
safe. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank you
everybody.
to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Julia. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.